everybody, it's Amy Rich with amyrich.net. I have August's Paper Pumpkin kit here in front of you, actually just a few of the pieces. These are what I am going to use to create my alternate project. So we have this gorgeous card that we're going to cut up. Yes, we are. And then this even more gorgeous envelope. And I am going to actually take that envelope apart, and we're going to use that in just a little bit. And then we've got the stamp set, which actually I'm just going to use for one of the sentiments. We have a banner, and we have the clear dots. These all come from the kit. Now, I must say, if you are watching and you don't have the Paper Pumpkin kit, or you did them all and I am late, I am over a month late on this alternate project because I was at Backstage. This project did not happen until just a couple weeks ago. So you can also do this project with any other products, especially the fun fold part of it. You can get creative with that. Now, this kit comes with the Pretty Peacock little Stampin' Spot, but I have chosen for my card today to grab the Tahitian Tide Stampin' Pad, because it just looked better, in my opinion, with the coordination of the rest of the card. I am also going to bring in a couple of extra pieces of cardstock. So we've got a couple pieces of basic white that are small, some that are larger, and then 2 pieces of Tahitian Tide that we will talk about as we go. Let's start with our envelope. We're going to cut that apart, as I said. So if you are using your kit and creating along with me, you can cut it like I do. If you are using other products, I will give you those dimensions, and you will be able to create just fine with something else. So let's bring in the trimmer, and I'm going to start by trimming off the gummed end of the envelope. So I'm just going to put that in so that when I cut here, that gummed end comes off, and that is trash. I'm not going to be using that. And then I am going to turn it and cut it at 5 1/4 inches. So I'm going to put this side that I just made straight in at 5 1/4. I'm going to trim that bottom section off. You might want to save that to use for something else, because it's a pretty green in there. And then I'm going to put in the top of my envelope again in the trimmer, so that this upper right corner is just right up in the cutting groove. And we're going to cut that off. And then we're going to cut 1 inch off of that. Make that 1 1/4 inches. I'm glad I caught myself. 1 1/4 inches over here. So then what you have is 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. So if you're using other supplies, that's what you would use, 1 1/4 by 5 1/4 for that piece. And then I'm going to turn it and cut this one at 4 inches, so that we have a piece that is 4 by 5 1/4, which is kind of a standard size for a lot of our pieces. So we've got those 2 pieces now ready to go from the envelope. And then let's bring in this gorgeous card. So I'm going to put these envelope pieces aside for now, bring in the gorgeous card, turn it, and cut that really pretty die cut piece right off. So I'm just going to cut that right off. So I have this piece that we're going to use inside the card. And then we're going to flip this over and put it so that our flowers are on the left-hand side, and we're going to cut this at 2 3/4 inches. And this is, save this for something, because I know that is going to make something amazing. And then I'm going to put it upside down here and cut this now at 3 1/4 inches. And if you're so inclined to do something fun with that, save that as well. So now this piece will be 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. So if you're using other supplies, that's just something to keep in mind. So now we've got all of our pieces ready to go. I'm going to bring in a piece of Tahitian Tide that is cut 10 by 5 1/2. And I am going to put it in my scoring, my trimmer, so that I can score it. And I'm going to do it just under 4 1/4 inches. So there's maybe a 1/16, maybe not even quite a 1/16. Maybe 1/32 of an inch short of 4 1/4. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, I just want to leave a little teeny space there next to the 4 1/4 and give that a score, and then go to 8 1/2. And I don't have to worry about being short on that one. Go ahead all the way to 8 1/2 and score it again. Then what I also did was I cut a piece that is 3 by 7 and scored it at 3 1/2 so that it folds like this. So we've got this piece, and then let's bring this piece over. I am going to have the skinny side on the right when I fold it over. It looks like that. And then I'm going to open that up and fold the other side so that it has 2 openings. Now the reason why, remember I said just like a teeny bit shy of 4 1/4 is where I want you to score that. That is so that it's a little short here, and this piece goes over that piece without buckling. Okay, so that's why that was important. All right, so I am going to now put in on my envelope pieces. So remember I had cut one 1 1/4 and one at 4. So I'm going to put that 4-inch piece here, and we want that left side of the card shut, and that's what's going to go on the outside of that. So pretty already. I love it. And then we're going to close the skinny side, and we're going to adhere this 1 1/4 by 5 1/4 piece right like so. Fits like a glove. Check that out. So cute. All right, so now this piece, it's a little surprising and a little odd, but I'm going to add adhesive about 1 inch in from that folded edge. So here's the fold, and it's actually going to open what we would maybe call the wrong way. But that folded edge is going to go along this folded edge right in the center. So stick that on. And remember, if you are using other supplies, it's going to work just as well. You don't have to have the paper pumpkin kit in order to do this. And if you do have the paper pumpkin kit and are working on it, you may think about other supplies or papers or stamp sets that you want to use to make this fun fold. So now we've got this great fun fold that's going to flappity flap open a few different ways. And that just is fun for me. I just love that, to have all those little flaps. And if you're concerned about it flopping open, go ahead and take your bone folder again. But we are going to add, this is our 2022 to 2024 in color twine pack. And this is the Tahitian Tide, and I've cut it about 18 inches maybe. And I'm going to kind of fold it in half to find the center. And then I'm going to put adhesive down the center of the Tahitian Tide, and the center of my twine will go along the fold here. And then we're just going to stick that down on the adhesive that I put it on, and then we'll bring this around. So this is actually going to tie here, and I'll show you that when all is said and done. Then we're going to take this piece that we cut 3 1/4 by 2 3/4, and that's going to fit right over the top here. So what this adhesive does is just keeps that twine into place until I can get this piece to kind of really hold it in place, so that I don't have to worry about that twine coming off. And that is the only place that I'm going to adhere it. I'm going to allow the back to just go without any adhesive, but then it'll come around and tie. Isn't that looking so pretty? I love it. Now we're going to bring in our banner, and I want to use the Your Friendship is Unforgettable stamp. It is a great size for this banner height-wise. And I'm going to ink that in Tahitian Tide and stamp it on the left-hand side of that banner. Then I am going to trim some of it off. I'm going to leave a little space and trim off that right edge, just like that. And then I'm going to take some Stampin' Dimensionals, and I am going to adhere that down on my card. Ooh, I got a whole bunch here. I don't need all those. All right, so 3 will do the trick. So I'm just gonna adhere that now, take the flat side, and I don't wanna cover up too much of the flowers, so I'm gonna put it way up high, and then that straight edge is gonna go up against the right edge of the card. And like that. So cute. And then we'll add some of these clear embellishments. I'm just going to use my fingernails. I'm going to put one up on the tag and one kind of behind there. I don't know if on camera you can see. Oh, I think you can see those. And then another one maybe down here. So we've got those little embellishments. And now we're going to open this up. And I want to encourage you to get creative here with the inside. I am going to just put my white in there and not be creative. My creative juices are all tapped out from the rest of the card. So these are also 3 1/4 by 2 3/4. You can add stamps or other die cuts from the paper pumpkin kit if you'd like. Or of course, if you're using other supplies to create this card, you can get creative here. I thought with the sentiment about friendship, it would be fun to write maybe a couple poems about friendship here in the center, or put a picture of my friend and me in there to send to her. Or, you know, you can kind of get creative with all of those spaces. Then I'm going to open this up and we are going to adhere a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white to the center section and do the same to the left section. Again, get creative with how you're going to use that space, but my creativity for the inside lies in this piece that we cut off of that beautiful card. I am going to take a little bit of liquid glue and I am just going to put adhesive on the left side and the bottom side. So along the straight edges, really close to the edge. And then I'm going to add this down here to the corner. And this will serve now as a spot where I can tuck either a little note, or I thought it would be fun to add a gift card. So I'm going to tuck my gift card in there for my friend to thank her for all the time she's been there for me and been a part of my life. So now I can close up my card. I've got my little flip flappies and then I will tie this over here on the left-hand side. Not a hard card, just a matter of getting all of the pieces cut the way you want, and super cute. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss a video tutorial that I'm going to share. I will share another alternate paper pumpkin project for the month of September 2023 very, very soon. So don't miss it. I can't wait to see you again for that one. Thank you for watching. And a link to my blog with all the details on this card can be found in the description of the video below. Thanks for joining me.